Nicki Minaj picked a side and people have lost their damn mind. America lost Catherine O'Hara. Bad Bunny is headlining the Super Bowl. This episode isn't about celebrities. It's about how fast we turn on people. Before somebody clips this out of context, follow the John Cash Show podcast right now if you're still here. You're not afraid of uncomfortable conversations.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listening to John Cash.
Welcome to the Receipts and Reactions edition of the John Cash Show podcast, where the truth doesn't whisper, it screen records. Everything discussed here is public, alleged, and already online. We're not investigators, we're commentators. The facts are public, and the reactions are the story. So let's jump into it. Nicki Minaj has doubled down, aligning herself with MAGA. This past week, Nicki Minaj, I'm laughing. We have a new member of the John Cash Show family, by the way. Sorry for the ADHD moment. Justin is in the house.
Hello.
Wesley Pipes couldn't make it. He was sick. And Josh is stuck in the Bronx still shoveling out from that massive snowstorm we had a few days ago. So Justin is shaking his head, which... we'll get into why he's shaking his head. So Nicki Minaj was at the Trump accounts press conference that Donald Trump held this past week, along with one of the Shark Tank people, Kevin O'Leary.
Yes, Kevin. I think.
Okay. Kevin O'Leary, and he brought Nicki Minaj on stage, and Nicki Minaj then proceeded to throw bouquets at the president's feet.
I didn't even see that part.
Saying, verbal bouquets.
Oh, yeah.
Saying that she's his number one fan, that people go against her, it makes her want to root for him even harder, and things of that nature. And it literally set the internet ablaze. So with that being said, Don Lemon was arrested Friday, because we're releasing this on Monday. He was released. And he was released the same day. Him and her have been going on a war of words, pretty much. After she expanded upon her support with Donald Trump a few weeks ago, he made a video and she blasted him for the whole situation in Minnesota, going into the church, to protest ICE and the things that are going on down there. And he said pretty much, I'm going to sum it up because it was a lot. He read her for filth. She's pretty much out of her depth in terms of her commentary on things surrounding politics, right? So she was on a show that was released earlier this week, and she said, and I quote, cocksucker, please, in reference to Don Lemon, because everybody knows that Don Lemon is homosexual.
Oh, come on. Why would she? Oh, come on, Nicki.
I mean, yeah, so Nicki, in her mind, I don't think she thinks that she switched sides. She's refusing to be owned. And herein lies what's the problem with that, because I guess fans feel that they're entitled to feel the same way that their artists feel or their favorite celebrity feels, but you have to realize these celebrities have, I want to say, political independence. And it's very interesting when you have that political independence and you put it up against fan entitlement, so to speak. Now, I feel that Nicki is barking up the wrong tree, because it seems like a lot of people who have aligned themselves with Donald Trump, especially over the past decade, they get bit in the ass in the long run. And then he tweets about them or he posts about them on True Social. And it turns really nasty really quick. A lot of people are saying that she's currying favor with him to pardon his brother, her brother. Sorry,
I wouldn't be surprised.
her brother, and also to possibly get her husband off of a particular list. Now that's what they say.
He already gave her. I think they already got her immigration status like changed. Now she's legal. She was an illegal immigrant. I think actually.
She was an undocumented immigrant, and then she thank you for bringing that point.
Yeah.
And she purchased the gold card, but however, the White House briefly, well, right like within 24 hours of her posting it on Twitter, posting it on social media, they were like, "Oh, it was a memento, so it doesn't have any value." So, what was the whole? I love that look you gave to me. So, what was the whole purpose of that? But now I'm gonna get in the fans' ass real quick because the fans are threatening boycotts, and they're probably secretly streaming Pink Friday.
I was just about to ask you, have you ever been a big fan of Nick?
I don't honestly. I respected her lyricism. I respected that.
Yeah.
I respected that. I didn't necessarily. I thought she was a rap Lady Gaga when she first came out. She was doing all those crazy outfits. It wasn't until she actually toned down that I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah.
she's not bad looking because she had the whole rainbow wig and it was like looking like she just rolled up out of bed some days, and I was like, I don't know what the hell is going on, but yeah. What say you? What about you in terms of your opinions about Nicki Minaj?
I was very I think similarly to you, I was very appreciative of the multiple phases of Nicki's life until the recent years where she seems to have been going on a very steep decline with her mental state or whatever's going on. But I wouldn't say I was like putting on her music or like when I went out for a walk or something, but I was definitely like here and there I'd be like, you know what, I could listen to a Nicki track real quick.
You didn't want to hear while you was walking? Yeah, I didn't want. Now I respected Monster. I respected like her features were amazing. Are amazing.
Oh yeah, she's a very good lyricist.
She's very talented. She's a very amazing feature artist. Nothing wrong with that. I can't really name maybe 5 Nicki Minaj songs that I really like that was solo.
I could do 3.
No. What are there?
Got Moment for Life wasn't solo.
No, it was with Drake.
Pills and Potions.
Pills and Potions. Oh yeah.
How about
you like Pills and Potions?
I listened to it.
Oh, I was about to say, like, woo! Wow, you learned a lot here.
Chun-Li, I think that was solo, right?
Chun-Li, yes, that was solo.
And one more. Come on, one more. Now I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, see, exactly.
Damn, I'm really drawing a blank.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess I can't.
Yeah, go on the Jojo. But if Nicki supporting Trump bothered you, congratulations. You're exactly who this show is for. Subscribe to the John Cash Show podcast and sit with discomfort weekly. Now, we here at the John Cash Show offer condolences to the loved ones of famous comedic actress Catherine O'Hara, who reportedly passed away after a brief illness at the age of 71. Honestly, this death hits a little bit harder because, especially for millennials, and I fall into that equation, especially for millennials, you remember her for Home Alone and most recently Schitt's Creek and Beetlejuice and all of those movies where she might have had, it didn't matter if her role was small or if it was like a larger role, she commanded the screen. That was literally the face of parenthood almost, except for leaving the kid home alone.
That's exactly how I remember it. Because growing up watching those movies, like I didn't Like I wasn't old enough to remember her name and like her face exactly, but I always knew her as the parent. I always knew her as the parent. That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, a lot of people are probably going to pour out and mourn in public about her death. And honestly, millennials, this is realizing that the childhood safety blanket is officially gone. Now, it's sad. And, hopefully her loved ones, whatever she was going through, hopefully, she didn't suffer long. Now, some deaths don't shock you. They close chapters. And you might notice we mourn strangers harder than people we know because nostalgia doesn't argue back. Okay? Let's pivot to Bad Bunny.
Very excited about that.
Titi mi preguntó.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Mi gente.
Bad Bunny is slated to perform the Super Bowl halftime next week, because we're releasing on February the 2nd, next week, live at Super Bowl 60. Damn, 60.
Damn, I didn't even know it was 60.
Yeah, I remember 50. 50 was Coldplay with Bruno Mars and Beyonce.
I don't even know if I remember that.
Yeah, I'm showing my age. So a lot of people, a lot of people are in an uproar. And when I say a lot of people, you already know. My audience is very smart. We read between the lines. There's certain things I can't say because I might get shadow banned on YouTube. So, but this is actually Spanish language dominance on America's big stage. It's pretty much a cultural expansion. And this is who the Super Bowl is actually for now. And I get it. Some people feel that the Super Bowl should still feel American. But I hate to break it to you. The Super Bowl didn't go woke. It went worldwide.
And I mean, it is American still. I mean, Puerto Rico's part of America.
They don't even know how to spell Kentucky. Most of those people got
right.
their panties in a bunch.
I don't even know why I'm
So
thinking too hard about it.
yeah, but kudos to Bad Bunny for that accomplishment. Comment right now: does Bad Bunny deserve the halftime show or not? And if you want culture without filters, follow the John Cash Show podcast. Now, let's shout out, by the way, Sinners, who just pulled 16 Oscar nominations, the most ever, which is another example of how culture is going global, statistical, and headline driven. People don't watch work anymore. They track the numbers. So shout out to you. And again, we're reacting to what's being reported, not coming up with our own truths. So when I say that, I'm pivoting to the next topic. Michelle Obama stated that she would actively oppose Barack Obama running again if a third term were legally allowed. Yes, in the most recent interview, when the question was posed, if Donald Trump were to make running for a third term legal, would Barack Obama, run? And Michelle outright said that she would actively oppose him winning. Him running. So what do you say about that, Justin? Because
Damn.
Yeah.
I don't see. I can't tell if that's like I feel I can see both sides of being like, oh my, like why is she not like supporting Barack and like standing up to Trump if he does go for a third term, God forbid. But I also see the side of like fucking what do you call it? I can also see the side of like she's trying to keep him out of that negativity and because that's pretty like against I don't know too much to speak on it, I guess, but I can see why people would be pretty upset about that.
Well, the threat is that Donald Trump is running for a third term.
Yeah.
Like
It's possible.
Biden can't run anymore.
No, that's not happening. I
Yeah.
wouldn't. Yeah.
Biden can't run anymore. Trump. I'm gonna just say this: Trump, every time he's run up against a woman, he's won.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think Michelle is Michelle saying that she would like try to run? Is she,
No, she does. She has no interest.
She's just saying she
she's
wouldn't support
over.
it.
She's done with. I guess,
Okay.
and I could see it from her perspective. She wants her man. Like
Yeah,
the
she
country
was like,
had her
"Don't do
man
that,
for
bro."
8 years.
Yeah.
Turned his head whole. When he came in, he was black with the
Bro,
black hair.
pure
The waves was spinning. When he left, he was gray.
Holy, yeah, that took
They
everything
had
out of
this
him.
whole big scandal because he wore a tan suit. Meanwhile, you got
They won't the tan suit scandal versus whatever's happening now. They won't. You know what? Yeah, it's ridiculous. But yeah, I didn't even hear about that. When did you say that? That was
she said that in an interview about a couple weeks ago.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
That's interesting. What do you think about that?
It's been so much going on.
Yeah. Oh my god, bombarded.
I literally had to rewrite this outline for like the past 5 days because every story I had, it was like, oh, here comes something else.
I'm surprised you ain't have to rewrite on the way here.
I mean, I was rewriting up until this literally about like 45 minutes before I got here. Like I was rewriting. Like I was like, damn, something else.
Uh-huh.
But my viewpoint is, as much as I love Obama, we have to stop with being addicted to these political sequels, so to speak. It's like, and also the media, and I'm also part of it, the media obsession with hypotheticals. I don't think that I hope that this law doesn't get passed in enough time for him to actually run for a third term. But I don't see how anybody in good conscience can look at what is going on in the current state of this country and be like, okay, we want more of this.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just say this. America doesn't want leaders. It wants sequels. And I'm going to just say this. White people, be careful. Because y'all are getting murdered on broad daylight and on camera. Just like the minorities have been all of these years. Now, is that America that you want to live in? I'm just saying. Without saying. Like I said, my audience, we can read between the lines. This is the time you need to read between the lines. Okay? Or as Cardi B says, oh, okay? So let's pivot to Ray J. Now, Ray J on a recent live stream stated that doctors have reportedly given him months to live.
Oh.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, because he's having heart issues. Now, this is followed by now all of this is followed by Princess Love dropping the protective order tied to his most recent gun case. Which, remember, before the holidays, they had a whole domestic situation. So I want people to see this, and I want them to ask themselves, does mortality change public judgment? Now, the fact that you know that Ray J is going through all of this, is this going to change your judgment of him? Because a lot of people clown him. They say he's corny. They say that he's over dramatic and things of that nature. If this is true, because, you know, Ray J can be kind of a stunt.
Stunt puller.
A stunt puller. If this is true, will this change the public judgment? And also, you got to ask yourself, is sympathy a social currency? Is he trying to gain sympathy in order to get back in the good graces of Princess? They're on and off a lot. They're on and off. So who knows?
Mm. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. When you first said Ray J, my initial reaction was like Ray J news.
Yeah,
Like,
Ray J. Yeah,
but
without the porn.
yeah, right. It's like what could he be doing that's interesting? And sadly, that is sad news to hear. That is that sucks to hear. I do feel really horribly for him, and I hope he's recovering. Or well, I hope he recovers, or I hope he's doing well. But that's a good point. Like does his like turmoil now flip the narrative on everything he's done? Like, is it now like erased? I think no. I think the public will be a lot more lenient and forgiving to him. I think they'll chill out probably, but
I
with the clowning that is.
But I think that happens with a lot of people who pass away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They forget all the bad stuff, or they think of all the problematic stuff, and they forget all the problematic stuff, and they just like, oh, let's forget about that. He was a human. Yeah, we're all human, and we all can make mistakes. But for you to be actively problematic is kind of
Yeah, it's not all is not forgiven now just because you're sick. You know what I mean? I get that.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And a lot of people don't like him because he was in the proximity of Whitney Houston when she passed.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I believe what you call it, allegedly they were dating around that time, or they were in close proximity.
Damn, I did not know that. That's crazy.
Yeah. So
I know people make fun of him for being a little corny. And like
a little corny. I mean, yeah.
I'm saying it very lightly. But and like he's always a meme. But like I guess, damn, that's a really interesting question actually.
Yeah,
you got me thinking over here. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
you got me pondering.
Philosophical. Now, notice the pattern this week: who we forgive, who we exile, and when we suddenly want grace. Let's go to some of the listener submissions by some of you in the John Cash Show universe. And these are the receipts sent by the people who lived it. Now, story number 1. I'm going to call this Blocked Over Nicki. This submission comes from Jason in Pittsburgh, who stated after last month's Receipts and Reactions episode, I defended Nicki Minaj and lost 2 friends in the situationship in one night. Damn. Yeah. I normally have a little smart ass quip after that. That sucks for you, I guess.
That's hard.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
It's a tough one. Next one I'm gonna call Taylor Swift Isn't Making It Down the Aisle. This submission came from Beth in Neptune, New Jersey. Who wrote the following after last month's Receipts and Reactions episode. We got a lot of reactions about Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Check it out. Hi, John. My name is Beth. Did you hear me? Hi, John. I just pictured it was kind of nice compared to the one I'm going to read after this. Hi, John. My name is Beth, and I found you on YouTube Shorts. I found you funny as hell, and I had to hit the subscribe button. Anyways, I'm calling BS on Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce not arguing in the 2 years that they have dated. I don't see them getting married. Okay.
Damn.
And here's the next story. This one is addressed to me. And we're going to call it I Hope You Die. This submission came from Julian in South Africa, who wrote the following. You are 40 years old, and you are talking about people who have businesses going on. I hope your house burns down again, and next time, I hope you are in it.
Oh my! What was his name again?
Julian, from South Africa.
Chill out, Julian.
I mean, listen, folks, I'm authentic, and not everything is going to. Not everyone is going to throw like bouquets of flowers for the content that I create. This is the price of having an opinion in public. That's all.
True.
I will take this time to address Julian this moment in time because I didn't address you in the comments, but I'm addressing you on this platform. And I'm going to tell you this. 2 words. Touch grass.
Oh, there you go. To be honest, Julian.
Yeah. Threats aren't criticism. They're confessions that they listen to the show.
Yeah.
So
it's like you're not really adding anything to the discussion.
Okay. It's probably what you wanted to do anyway. As we get ready to close this episode out, don't get it twisted. It's still up in there. I'm still Mr. Petty. I'm King Petty. As we get ready to close this episode out, Nicki picked a side. Ray J ran out of time. Both showed us the same thing. Opinions are cheap. Consequences aren't. So let's jump into this week's petty proverb. This week's petty proverb is: everybody has an opinion. Few can sit with the consequences of it. That's the difference. If this episode made you pause before reacting, subscribe, share it with someone who argues too fast, and I'll see you next week on the John Cash Show podcast. Bitches.
Let's go, New York! John Cash. Yo, listen to John Cash.